Hey everyone, welcome to my channel. If you're thinking about buying a home in Utah in 2025, you are in the right place. Today, I will be breaking down the step-by-step buying process so you know what to expect from start to finish. Whether you're a first-time home buyer or a seasoned investor, this guide has all the insights and tips you need in order to navigate Utah's real estate market smoothly. So grab a notepad and let's dive in. Working with a Utah-based real estate agent is essential. An experienced and professional agent like myself should at least meet with you to understand your needs and your current situation. Also, should find homes for you that will match your criteria plus your budget, which is very important. Should understand and know the market. In Utah, it's a very different market to buy a home in Salt Lake City than it is to buy one in Park City or even in St. George. Also has to offer great communication to you and be respectful of your time. One other thing that is very important is that he or she needs to be able to negotiate contracts and terms on your behalf. So before you start your home search, I would strongly suggest you pay attention to your financial situation. You should consider your savings, income, credit score, and debt-to-income ratio, also known as DTI. Here in Utah, many lenders would recommend at least having 620 as a credit score, but just keep in mind that the higher the credit score, the better for you, because then you will have access to lower interest rates. On the other hand, you should prepare for 3 to 6% of closing costs and down payment combined. And this is based on the purchase price. Another thing that I strongly suggest to you is that you, at least on paper, write down how it could look like being a homeowner and how those monthly payments can look like on your monthly budget. Some of the documents you would need in order to start the lending process are tax returns, verification of employment, bank statements, but also credit report. You should do two things: either do a research on your own or ask your lender about the different type of loan programs available for you, their differences, and which one is the best with your current situation. So when you have already completed your application with all the documents you have provided, all combined, the lender should give you a pre-approval letter. This letter will tell you how much you could afford or how much you could get from that lender to go and purchase a home. This is very important to have because this is the very first step, the foundation of the process, and this will be aligned with your budget. Here's a quick tip with that. There's a pre-qualification and there's a pre-approval. The pre-approval is a more in-depth process where a lender will take a look at everything that you handed to him, and then it will give you that pre-approval letter. The pre-qualification is just a simple conversation between you and the lender, and then he can say whatever. But if he doesn't do that deep research on your situation, you're not going to be pre-approved. One other thing, this is very important to have, because whenever we go out there and start looking at homes, if we found the right one for you and you want to pull the trigger, we must have that pre-approval letter there, because we're going to send that with the offer. It's just telling the seller we are serious and we are ready to go. And now the fun part, house hunting. So you already have your pre-approval letter and you also have chosen the real estate agent you want to work with. Now you can start going to open houses and schedule private tours. After you start seeing these homes, you're gonna be attracted to so many different things that you didn't think of before. But keep in mind that you have priorities. Take into consideration commute, schools you want to live by, or amenities that are important to you. Also, the quality of neighborhood you are searching for. Not only that, take a look at crime rates there in that area. Also, what the weather is like, how property taxes could look like, also if you bought that specific property. All of these factors are super important for you to really sink in and make the best choice for you. We have seen some homes and we have finally found the one that perfect fits your needs. Yay! So we're gonna start having conversations about what an offer could look like. The first thing that I'm going to do for you is put together a market research so you can actually know and see how this home is compared to the market that is in. The next thing is we're gonna put together terms on an offer and we're gonna send that to the seller. After that, we have 4 different outcomes from that offer being sent. Number 1, the offer is accepted. Number 2, it is counter-offered. Number 3, it is rejected. Or number 4, we don't get an answer, and that's okay. But that's also an answer, right? In Utah, the sellers are not obligated to give an answer to the buyer. So, but let's just say that offer is accepted. I just ask you to be open to negotiate terms along the way because things can change. If that happens, then also be prepared to send the earnest money. That is typically like 1% of the purchase price, but it's not set on stone. We can send more or we can send less than that. And this money is going to be sent to the escrow account that's going to be opened, so this money doesn't go to the hands of the seller. And this also is part of the down payment if you are using some down payments, if you're putting down a down payment. These steps ensure the home is in good condition but also is fairly valued compared to what we sent our offer for. First, a home inspection company will go there to the property and will review everything from the roof to the foundation. So everything in plumbing, electrical, floors, sinks, every little switch, making sure that everything works, and what isn't working or is not functioning or it's broken, it's loosened, whatever, it's going to be pointed on a document. Usually it's a report. It's usually being put on a PDF. So you and I will receive that, we'll review it together, and then we can decide what we want to do. If you want to cancel the contract, you can do that. If you want to move forward and ask for repairs, or if you want to ask for some money to be given to you as a credit or to drop the price a little bit. And there are different things that we can consider there. Second, the title company will do its work as well. So they will actually perform an inspection, but on the legal side of the property. So they will make sure that there are no liens on the property, that there's not going to be another potential owner later down the road that will claim that property. So it will make sure that the house will be free and clear to be transferred over to you, which is the new homeowner. And after we give a thumbs up on both of those to the lender, then the lender will actually request an appraisal. With the appraisal, there's going to be 3 potential outcomes. 1, the appraisal comes in lower. We offer an amount of money that is higher than what the appraisal is there. So there are 2 options, actually. Well, 3. 1, you could come up with that gap if you want to continue and buy the home. Number 2, we can renegotiate with the seller to see if we can bring that purchase price down to match the appraisal, or we can just cancel because there's no option here or no option there. Another outcome that we can have is that if the appraisal comes in higher than what we offer for, that is a gain for you. That is instant equity for you. The last outcome that we might have, and it's actually the most common one, is that the appraisal actually came at the value or the amount of money that we put in that offer, and everything will continue moving forward to the next step. With the inspection and the appraisal being completed, the work continues, but more on the lending side. The lender will make sure that will be handing out to you the closing disclosure document where you can review everything, every single expense that you will have, any credit that you will be receiving from the seller, if there's any, I have to point that out, but also making sure that what you were offered at the beginning, it's still showing there. And if there was any change, it has to be explained to you, because you won't do anything unless it makes sense for you, right? And it aligns with your current situation. The other thing that will happen is that I will make sure that your homeowner's insurance is in place, but also your title insurance policy will be in place before we get to the closing table, which is the last part and the most exciting one of the process. Final step is here. We get to the closing table and you are about to become a Utah homeowner. Congratulations. So in this process, what you're going to do is review and sign all the legal documents involved in this process. One other thing is that you have to prepare to come up with the payment of the closing costs or providing the down payment, or both. It will be depend on what terms we started with when we went under contract on the purchase of this home. The other thing that I will be doing for you is that I will actually be handing out the keys to you once everything is finalized. And when does that typically happen? Here in Utah, we have to fund and then record everything under your name. And that's when you're receiving your keys. It might take somewhere between 24 to 48 hours after the seller and the buyer both have signed all the documents. So that is sent out to the county records, and that's when they do the transfer of ownership. And then I will hand you the keys. And that's it. You have been officially through the Utah home buying process step by step in 2025. Now, whether you're coming here for work, family, or maybe you want to change your lifestyle, Utah offers great opportunities for everyone. If you have found this guide helpful, please make sure to like, subscribe to my channel, and leave a comment down below. Also, if you want to schedule a free one-on-one consultation with me, feel free to do so on the link that I'm leaving on the description below. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you next time.